So let's talk a little bit now about the concept of mediation. Mediation has been practiced in the UK since around the early 1990s, and so far we've seen mediation be used mainly in a commercial setting or in a civil setting, also for community disputes such as neighbourhood disputes, and we know that so far there's been high success when using the principle of mediation. For example, latest research shows that mediation has a success rate in excess of 90%. And so far, mediation has been used across the judiciary. For example, there have been more than 40 county courts engaged in using mediation over the last 4 or 5 years. The mediation concept is based on there being only 3 ways to be able to resolve disputes. Of those 3 ways, one is power, and that is when, to take an extreme example, in the workplace where a line manager may say to a direct report, "I'm the boss, you're not, now do what I've asked you to do." That's an extreme example, but it makes the point of how using power one might attempt to manage a workplace relationship. The second principle is one of rights, and this would include all forms of legislation, litigation, or specifically for the workplace, it's things like the grievance and disciplinary procedure, all rules and policies. But when both of those aspects are pursued, both power and both rights, we normally find that there is a winner and a loser in the relationship. There might also be 2 losers. For example, if someone pursues rights and they go to a tribunal and win that tribunal, they still may have lost in terms of the cost that it's taken them to go to tribunal, both in terms of financial cost, perhaps emotional cost, or costs to their health, costs to their reputation. So that could end in a lose-lose scenario. But the third principle is that of interests, and it's this principle on which mediation is based, because the skill of the mediator is to attempt to find out what the interests are of both party, and once those interests are established, the mediator attempts to try and bring those interests together through asking a range of questions that will help parties decide what it is that they want.